side. Campbell coming home and a bad throw. The run scores. It goes all the way to the backstop. The runners are going to advance to second and third on a terrible throw by Campbell. Tied up 5-5. Now second and third and nobody out.
Again, you're in that in-between. This ball was just chopped into the ground. Cameron's got great speed. I think even if Campbell puts it on the money, I think he's going to beat this throw out. It is a tag play, not a force play. Just trying to do too much. You'll flip that ball to second base. The game is tied. It's not what you want, but you can't force something that's not there.
So we have different positions with man first and third. That one's for three. You just got to read it, right? If it's a hard hit ground ball to you that we have a chance to get the guy at the plate, we go to the plate. But that one was like, it wasn't hit hard, so turn the whole play and move on to the next play.
It's a rookie mistake. Christian Campbell helping the Red Sox find a way to lose again last night. You ever seen anything like this? What are they, 6-15 in one-run games now? It is preposterous how the Red Sox continue to lose these games. It's pathetic. I can't believe what I'm watching right now. But, man, it's interesting. I'll at least give you that. It's good for business for us. As a Red Sox fan, though, this is tough to watch. This is tough to watch. It's Matt McCarthy in for Tony Mazz on the Baseball Hour tonight. I know many of you want to talk Red Sox with everything going on, the state of the franchise, the season spiraling out of control. Roman Anthony still in Worcester, which we will get to. There's a lot of reporting and news on that in the last 24 to 36 hours. Feels like the Red Sox maybe have been pushing back against all the folks who want Roman Anthony to get called up from Worcester. A lot of stuff to get to, which we will get to momentarily here in the Baseball Hour, along with your calls, again, at 617-779-0985. Jimmy Stewart, I'm going to ask you for a one-word answer for this. What is wrong with the Red Sox right now?
Everything.
That is exactly the word I wanted to use. Everything. Everything is wrong with the Red Sox. So really, where do you want to start? Every single night, you can start with a different place. You can start with the manager. You can start with your selfish star player who won't help the team. And won't get off his fat ass and go field a position. You can start with the roster, which obviously has some holes. I think we all understand that. You can start with the culture. You can start with the pitching staff. You can start with the lineup. I want to start with the kids tonight because the kids are a problem too. And I hope someday they won't be a problem, but they are now. And it's not necessarily Christian Campbell's fault. In fact, it's not his fault at all. It's the way the Red Sox have approached developing these prospects and how they are the future of the franchise and how every single decision that they have made over the last 5 years has built towards this moment where Christian Campbell, Roman Anthony, and Marcelo Meyer are up with the big league club because Anthony's going to be up in the next 3 weeks to a month, whenever it is, and we'll get more on those details in a second. But everything over the last 5 years with the Boston Red Sox has been about the prospects, the perfect prospects, the precious prospects. And it turns out none of them are perfect. Marcelo Meyer is not a perfect prospect. He's probably a high ceiling, a high floor, low ceiling type of guy. Christian Campbell, as he's proven over the last month, is not a perfect prospect. Roman Anthony, the Red Sox will tell you, is not a perfect prospect. They have a bunch of statistics, which again we'll get into momentarily, that detail why Roman Anthony isn't a perfect prospect. Yesterday showed you why again that there's almost no such thing as a perfect baseball player. Shohei Ohtani is 1 in a million, 1 in a generation, 1 in the history of the sport. And they lost that game yesterday because Christian Campbell doesn't know how to field and doesn't know what to do. And he made a rookie mistake. He did. It was a slow chopper. You turn two in that situation. You live to play another inning. A veteran player who has come up in a good environment knows what to do there. Campbell is not a veteran player and has not come up in a good environment, and he made a rookie mistake. And he's playing like a rookie, which in and of itself is okay. I can accept a rookie mistake. I'm not going to crush Christian Campbell for it. I'm going to say, Kid doesn't know what to do yet. Hopefully in 3 years, he knows what to do. I'm just not convinced in 3 years he will know what to do. And that has nothing to do with him. It has to do with the way the Red Sox have approached things and the folks coaching him, training him, developing him, and what type of culture you are developing your young players in. He made a mistake. The story is not that he made a mistake. The story is he's probably going to do it again. Because I don't think anybody over there is going to drill that out of him. I have no faith that the Red Sox will correct that mistake you saw from Campbell last night. I believe in him as a player. I do. I mean, he sucks right now. He can't hit. He can't field. He can't do anything. But I think Christian Campbell is going to be a hell of a hitter someday. I don't know what position he's going to play, but he's going to be a hell of a hitter someday. I really do. I believe in him individually. I believe in a lot of Red Sox players individually. Who I don't believe in are the Red Sox themselves. Because those idiots over there on Jersey Street can't figure out their head from their ass. Probably because their heads are lodged so far up their ass from smelling their own crap and telling you how great they are and telling you how they have all the answers, especially when it comes to these young hitters. The future of hitting. You've heard all about it. The Red Sox believe that. The problem is the Red Sox. It's not the players. It's the team. It's the organization. This thing doesn't work. How many times do you have to watch it? How many times do you have to see it? Every day it's something new. It's the culture. It's a base running mistake. It's the lineup. It's the pitching staff. It's the bullpen. It's this or that. It's Devers. It's the manager. It's whoever. It's something different every day. And yesterday it was Christian Campbell, and tomorrow it's going to be something else because they're going to find a way to lose that game tomorrow too. The Red Sox can't see the forest through the trees. And Campbell's a perfect example of that. They decided in January, that he was going to be their second baseman. They ignored his spring training, which was not good. He had a good April, which showed you his potential, but he has shown since then why he's not ready. This kid's played just over a year in the minor leagues, and they rushed him because they're obsessed with him, and they're obsessed with the prospects, and now they're hurting him. They're putting him in a situation that may actually harm him as a baseball player. Instead of keeping him in the minor leagues to, develop, learn how to play a few positions, learn how to fail, they brought him right up. Now they're changing his position, and he's playing second base one day, he's playing center field the next, and he's training at first base. No wonder the kid made a mistake yesterday. You know who's played 110 games in his life at second base? 110 games. It's 2/3 of a baseball season. They haven't let this kid learn how to play. Probably because they can't teach him how to play. They're obsessed with him. They're obsessed with the prospects, and they've been obsessed with them for too long. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been saying this for years, and it's starting to come to fruition. The environment that you're bringing these young kids up in is not good enough. There's obviously a lack of leadership in that clubhouse from both the manager and their best player we don't need to rehash it. Every Red Sox discussion surrounds it at this point. Cora, Devers, the position thing that's obviously been hanging over this team all year. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. And you're bringing up these kids in this environment. Meanwhile, Christian Campbell says, hey, I'll help the team, Skip. I'll go learn how to play first base. When he doesn't even know how to play second base yet, or center field, or left field. He played third and short in the minors last year. They don't know his position. You're trying to figure that out at the big league level? It's not fair to him. It's not fair to any of these kids. The pressure that's being put on them by the organization, and has been for years. An organization that told you, we're not going to contend until the kids come up. Come on, it's a 5-year plan. This goes back to Chaim Bloom, the damage of Chaim Bloom. I don't mean to keep rehashing it, but they have not escaped that thing just yet, and obviously they're still continuing some of those practices. But, oh no, it's all about the kids. It's all about Marcelo Meyer, the second coming. It's about Roman Anthony. It was about Kyle Teal. Campbell burst on the scene last year, and the entire identity of the Boston Red Sox is these 3 kids. It's not going to end well. It's not. I believe in them individually as baseball players. I don't believe in this environment. I don't believe in this culture. Trying to implement 3 rookies at the same time when it's time to win is insane. It's nuts. It's not fair to them. 1 player a year. 1.5 players a year. That's the max. Go back to 2007. Dustin Pedroia had gotten his cup of coffee in 2006. He started the year, struggled, developed, got better, won Rookie of the Year. By the end of the year, Jacoby Ellsbury had come up. It's 1.5 players that you implemented to your roster. I mean, you could say it's 2, but you started that process the year before. No more than that. Because you put those guys around a bunch of veterans who had won, and all of a sudden they became great players. Instead, we're asking these kids to be the face of the franchise or something close to it. We're asking these kids to be key factors in what this team is trying to do, and that's a flawed strategy. It's always been the flawed strategy. 2025 has been the vision point for the Red Sox for the last 5 years. Hein Bloom came in. It was a 5-year plan. I think ownership believed in the 5-year plan. I know ownership believed in the 5-year plan because they finally spent money this past offseason to coincide with the magic year of 2025 when all these prospects were going to come up. The roster is better than it's been in years. You added Bregman. You added Crochet. You added Chapman. And you're worse than you've been. Despite the fact that you added an ace, an MVP candidate, a closer, and a starting catcher, might I add you, and you're now starting to implement these kids, and it's not working. Why isn't it working? The answer is they can't play yet. It's obvious. You have to adjust to the big league level. Just about everybody needs to adjust to the big league level. The best players you've ever seen need to adjust to the big league level. I saw, and Jimmy, you're such a 90s Red Sox fan. I saw yesterday there was a stat. So Marcelo Meyer batted cleanup, yesterday or 2 days ago?
I believe it was 2 days ago.
Doesn't matter. It was the first time the Red Sox have had a true rookie bat cleanup within his first 5 games in the major league since
Mo Vaughn?
My guy Mo Vaughn in 1991.
And before that was Jim Rice.
Jimmy, what happened to Mo Vaughn after he came up?
Oh, he struggled.
He struggled. He got sent back down to Pawtucket. I know this because little Matt McCarthy, who idolized Mo Vaughn, had Mo Vaughn's book called Follow Your Dreams, and he talked about struggling and getting sent back down to Pawtucket. And that's Mo Vaughn. The best player of all time, if you ask me.
A little strong.
I'm just saying, if you ask me, Jimmy.
He was the hit dog.
Oh, he was the man. God, that was a cleanup hitter right there.
His first home run was a tank job in the old Baltimore Stadium.
Don't even. I'm going to take my pants off if you keep doing this Mo Vaughn talk.
Won the MVP what year?
1995. It's the first year I remember watching baseball. Oh, God, I loved him. And he wasn't ready to play. You know why? Most guys aren't ready to play when they come up. They have to fail. They have to develop. Baseball is a sport where the best players fail 7 out of 10 times. And Christian Campbell is in the process of failing for the first time in his baseball life. He's never done it before. It's too much to ask of him. If you had a strong veteran team around him and he was the one guy you were trying to implement, you wouldn't have to rely on him as much. You wouldn't have to count on him as much. This year, the majority of your cleanup hitters, you have had Christian Campbell hitting cleanup for the last month and a half. You got Marcelo Meyer hitting cleanup. It's too much to ask of these kids. You run the risk of ruining them. You run the risk of hurting them. Don't you see it? Don't the Red Sox see it? And the answer is obviously no. Because it's all about these kids. It's all about the prospects, the perfect prospects who it turns out aren't perfect. That doesn't mean that they're not going to be good players. I think all 3 of them are going to be good players. Christian Campbell is special to watch at the plate. That home run he hit in Detroit, the only extra base hit he has this month, you watch that and you say, that's different, man. Oh, boy. That's special. You watch Roman Anthony in Worcester, you look at his stats and you say, this kid could be really special. Meyer, I'm not convinced he's special. I think he's a good big league player. But it's not going to happen overnight. And it's almost like the Red Sox expected it to happen overnight. Hey, 2025, that's the target date for the kids. Well, 2 of them are here. The third one should be here. He's actually the best of the 3. And he will be here soon, we think. And they suck. The team blows, and the culture is awful. And are you going to get the most out of these guys if you bring them up When the manager is siding with his star player and hurting the team, and they can't figure out how to win baseball games, you're bringing them into a losing environment with a losing coaching and a losing manager at this point. But hey, good luck. More power to you. Go get him, slugger. 617-779-0985. And you lost the game yesterday because the kid didn't know what to do. The answer is the kids figure it out instantly, and Campbell turns into a star, and Anthony turns into a star, and there you go. You're off and running. I'm just telling you, that's too much to ask. It's not fair to ask of them. But hey, the saviors of the franchise are here. Wouldn't you say they're saved? They look saved to me.
Hallelujah.
Praise be. To who do I need to praise? What higher being?
All of them.
Thank you. God, Allah, whoever. Thank you very much for this. Baseball gods. Move on. Baseball god. I see on the phone lines and news on Roman Anthony. The Red Sox are telling you why he's not up here yet. We'll get to that next.
talking about Devers, and you said he still views himself as a position everyday player. Is there no ground balls at third? Like, start the process? Is it just not going to take them?
Not at third base, no. And we keep talking about the other position, but as of now, it's not happening.
Ongoing conversations?
We always have conversations, yeah.
So there's more conversations about him possibly
Not
first
more.
and third?
Not more. No. Third base, he's not going to play third base.
But I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that I'm not misunderstanding. Like, so there have been conversations about first base with him?
We're still talking about the situation, man. Like, this is where we at. There's a chance Christian is going to play first base this weekend in Atlanta. Yeah. There's conversations. I don't have to go specifics, but the third base part of it is a no.
Want to play first. I mean, the owner had to fly out to Kansas City to reprimand him for the comments he made after Breslow asked him to move to first. So Cora says he's definitely not going to play third, a position he's played before, but maybe still first base, but there are conversations ongoing, and this thing goes on and on and on and on and on again, and it never ends. It's the song that doesn't end. You want to sing it, Jimmy? Guess it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started talking about Devers going to first, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue talking about it forever, just because. Because they haven't put it to bed because the culture sucks. And this is the culture you're bringing these kids up into. And good for Christian Campbell for trying to fight back against it, saying, hey, I'll help the team. But it's not helping him, the baseball player. It's unbelievable. So this is the culture that you're going to bring Roman Anthony up into whenever it happens. Jeff Passan did a whole story today on the Red Sox decision to not call up Roman Anthony just yet. There's so much in here that we're going to be getting to for the rest of the program, but some of it has to do with Rafael Devers. Passan wrote this: among the reasons the Red Sox, and this is me talking here, among the reasons the Red Sox haven't brought up Roman Anthony apparently is because the roster's too good. Which, I don't know, I've looked at this roster for the last week. I'm going to disagree. I don't think it's too good. This from Jeff Passan. Boston's lineup, my voice cracked. I'm so shocked by this sentence. Let's try this again. Boston's lineup is packed with strong performers. Just going to stop there. Do we agree or disagree with that sentiment, Jimmy Stewart?
Oh, you have to agree with it, Matt.
Oh, definitely. Anyway, from Passan, Boston's lineup is packed with strong performers, including an outfield seemingly with no spot for Anthony. Left fielder Jarren Duran last year put up the most wins above replacement from a Red Sox player since Mookie Betts' departure.
Last year, correct. Multiple teams' internal defensive metrics suggest Cedar Rafaela is the best defensive center fielder in baseball. Have they heard of Michael Harris of the Braves?
He's Gary Matthews out there. He's the Secretary of Defense. Right fielder Willie Abreu is hitting 30% better than league average. Boston's best bat, Rafael Devers, is a full-time designated hitter. I will stop there. So Passan is once again saying it. Rafael Devers is the problem. But I've told you that already. We've already worked on that. Passan goes on to write, options do exist. The Red Sox could shift Rafaela to second base, slide Campbell to first, and free up a spot for Anthony. They could sit shortstop Trevor Story. Like Campbell, he's in a month-long swoon. I think that's generous. I think he's in a 5-year swoon. And they could move Rafaela there. But these sorts of permutations remove an elite defensive center fielder from his best position. That's something other organizations wouldn't even consider, even if Rafaela's offense has been paltry. This I do kind of agree with. Rafaela's true value to you is in center field. He's a good center fielder. Story can field his position at short. Meyer can field his position at short. Moving Campbell around continues to be a bad idea. This is not last year where moving Rafaela to the infield was the answer because you didn't have anybody who can play the position. Both Meyer and Story can play the position and, well, Story can't hit. So that's why he should be out of the lineup. But moving Rafaela around doesn't make the most sense to me. He's most valuable to you when he's playing his best position, which is center field.
Although right now his most valuable position would be the bench. Have you seen him misplay a few balls in the outfield? Or are we not allowed to talk about that?
No.
Because he made this great misjudge of a catch in Milwaukee.
Rafaela is... You can see why he ranks so highly with the metrics. He covers a tremendous amount of ground. but he makes some boneheaded plays. That's the problem with Rafaela. It's not his ability. He gets to everything. He catches everything. He just falls asleep like he did on the base paths, at a time. He also probably shouldn't be in the lineup every day, but if you move Devers to the field, Anthony can DH, but then you can have Devers DH a few days a week and take Rafaela out of the lineup. You can, move Cedar Rafaela around and not play him every day. You can play him predominantly in center field, but if you need to pinch run for somebody, you can move him to second base. That is his value.
Personally, Matt, I would like to add some stability to this lineup.
I agree. Not switch everybody around every single day. That would be nice. And one of the ways you could do it would be calling up Roman Anthony and having him play left field, and that's just it. Is it that hard? Or, having Marcelo Meyer play shortstop every day, which is going to be his position, and let's not pretend like we need to keep Trevor Story in the lineup, which we don't need to do. Or, as you saw yesterday, Jimmy, and you saw this week, keep Christian Campbell at the position you think he's going to play and let him develop there. Don't mess around. Don't put him at first. Don't put him in center. Let him learn how to play second base, because that's the position they thought he was going to play. It's the position I think he probably has the best chance to play. I don't know if there's any position he can really play. That's the question with him, because, again, there's no such thing as a perfect prospect. But why are we putting that kid in center field like we did in Game 2 of the Milwaukee series? Stop messing with him. Stop messing with the whole thing. Shocker, this team is under 500. 617-779-0985. Let's go to Matt in Pittsfield. Hey, Matt. Oh, Matt. Matthew. Matt! How about Bill in Texas? Hi, Bill.
Hey, Matt.
How you doing?
I think you guys are missing the mark. The problem is not Breslow. It's not Bloom. It's not Cora. It's not the kids. There's a brain trust in that front office that think they're geniuses, and they are not. They can't evaluate talent. They can't do salaries. They miss on players all of the time. We have one starter that can get out of the fifth inning, while Nate Eovaldi's been in Texas for 3 years tearing it up. We know about Pivetta. We know about Sale. For the goodness sake, Schwarber hit a home run today. Until you clean out that front office and they change their thinking, nothing is going to change. I don't care who you put on the field.
Yeah, Bill, you're not wrong about that. There are, of course, holdovers in the Red Sox front office who have been here too long, and they keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. I certainly think the approach to the prospects has transitioned from Bloom to Breslow, counting on these kids too much, thinking the entire future of the franchise is directly about them when they're just a part of it. And you need to implement them in the right way, which the Red Sox, of course, have gone about doing in completely the wrong way, because the last 5 years they haven't been able to do anything right. That being said, Bill, it's more than that. It's more than that. There are people in that front office who have evaluated talent. I keep going back to it. This past offseason, you traded for an ace who's been everything you could possibly want. You signed Alex Bregman, who, before he got hurt, had the second highest WAR in the American League, and as a result, Jimmy, we know what that means. He was going to finish second in the MVP voting, because that's the way it works. Legitimate, bona fide MVP candidate, a more important player, a more valuable player to the Red Sox than even Rafael Devers. That's how important Alex Bregman is. So an ace, an MVP candidate, a closer, and a catcher. Boy, they evaluated Carlos Narvaez perfectly, didn't they? I got the Woo Sox on in here. They're playing Scranton. Carlos Narvaez was in Scranton last year for the Yankees, and they stole him. And yet you're worse. Why is that? It's the culture. It's the culture. And yes, there's obviously a culture problem in the front office. They think their crap doesn't stink. Obviously. They're smarter than everybody else. Damn the results over the last 5 years. The way they carry themselves, they've got all the answers. And here they are below 500 again. But they have the reason why Roman Anthony, who I'm about to watch lead off for the Woo Sox in Scranton Wilkes-Barre tonight, is not on the big league team. We will get to those statistics because it always comes down to statistics. Jimmy, you ready for the stats as to why Roman Anthony actually isn't good and kind of sucks?
Can't wait.
Well, the Red Sox have told everybody in the last 36 hours why Roman Anthony sucks. I do see, though, here on my TV, he's hitting .318. Is that bad?
Yes.
.318? Yeah, right, batting average.
So the Red Sox are currently involved in arbitration hearings with Roman Anthony. That's the only reason why you would bring up his negatives publicly or privately, right?
Oh, well, right. It does all come down to the contract. Oh, wait, yeah, that's the reason he's not up here.
Arbitration.
Money. Team control. But yeah, let's let the big league team flounder the way we have for 5 years. Quick update from Kevin Majori. Then we're right back with you with those Roman Anthony stats. You don't want to miss them.
when are the Red Sox likely to call him up?
Very fair question. I actually talked to Craig Breslow a little bit earlier today, and he said that there are conversations at this point every day about Roman Anthony and how close he is to having that call. There are a lot of people around the Red Sox who would like to see him in the big leagues because they do believe that he's made so much. What he's doing in AAA is extraordinary. I mean, he's the best hitter in AAA at this point, and he's the youngest player in AAA at this point, at least position player. So he would certainly raise the ceiling for the Red Sox, but the potential to impact the team is considerable. How much do you want to put on the big three at the major league level? Craig Breslow was part of the 2014 Red Sox when Mookie Betts, Xander Bogaerts, and Jackie Bradley Jr. were all up, all rookies, and all failed together. So it's a tricky proposition, but you just look at what Anthony is doing, and it feels like he's come really close to not just being good enough for a call-up, but to solving AAA. He looks great.
That's Alex Spear on the broadcast 2 days ago on when the Red Sox are going to call up Roman Anthony, which is the number one question with the franchise last night at this point. And over the last 36 hours or so, and it's McCarthy in for Mazz tonight, I think there's been a real push from the Red Sox front office defending their decision to keep Roman Anthony in Worcester. I mean, every third call we get here on the Red Sox is, why isn't Anthony up? Why isn't Anthony up? The fans are asking, and they have every right to ask. And the Red Sox hear you on that. They know you want Anthony here, and deep down, they know he should be up here. But he's not. And it all comes down to service time, which we'll get into in a second. But Alex Spear, who was mentioned in that cut that he had just talked to Craig Breslow, he had this on the Roman Anthony decision a couple days ago. Quote, "The areas to develop are getting narrower, but Breslow identified a few that remain for Anthony. The Sox want Anthony to improve against non-fastballs in the zone. Entering Tuesday, he was hitting .229 and slugging .286 in May against such pitches. At times, especially early this month, Anthony lets the ball get too deep in the zone, resulting in hard grounders rather than long fly balls that permit his elite power to play. He's still gaining experience in left field, where the Red Sox continue to work with him on reads, routes, and jumps." That, according to Alex Spear, which is, from Craig Breslow and the Red Sox, a complete load of crap. Oh, he's batting .229 on soft stuff in the zone. He's batting .318. His real numbers, .318, on base of .450, a 978 OPS, and 8 home runs. He is the best hitter in AAA. That's just this season. AAA in total, because he got a cup of coffee there last year, 35 games. In total, his AAA stats, he's batting .329 with a 980 OPS. There is no baseball justification for keeping him down there. It's not non-fastballs in the zone. It's not his defense. Again, look at Christian Campbell yesterday. His defense didn't stop the Red Sox from calling him up. It's the contract extension that he wasn't going to sign, and now they're manipulating service time as a result. You can find a stat for everything, and the Red Sox are desperately trying to find stats to justify keeping Anthony in Worcester. There is no baseball justification. It's not the fact that he hits the ball on the ground too much. Give me a break with that. They also said the same thing to Jeff Passan. Here's what he wrote today. "The rational case for keeping Anthony in the minor leagues is twofold. While Anthony doesn't struggle with chase, his 17.6% rate would rank 5th in Major League Baseball, led by Juan Soto. His propensity to hit the ball on the ground gives Boston pause. Plenty of good players have ground ball rates in the same neighborhood as Anthony's 52%. Among them, Fernando Tatis Jr., Gunnar Henderson, Juan Soto. But combine that with the low number of balls pulled in the air, and it suggests that Anthony even has more to unlock." Oh my God, the horror. Anthony doesn't hit the ball in the air as much as Driveline wants him to. He's batting .300 with a 1,000 OPS, you jackasses. He's kicking the crap out of the ball. What more does he have to prove? The answer really is nothing. All the guy does is hit the ball, and he hits it where they ain't, which is the name of the game. Oh, but it's not in the air enough. Oh, that is so awful. What a load of crap that is. And I guarantee you they believe that just a little bit. Drive line, oh, they believe that. Well, I mean, Roman Anthony, he's not ready. Look, he's hitting the ball on the ground 52% of the time. Yeah, it gets through. He gets hits. He hits the ball hard, which I thought was what they cared about, which is what they generally do care about if they want to use exit velocity to argue things, but they're not going to use it here. Roman Anthony hit a ball 116 miles an hour a couple of days ago, but they're not going to focus on that because they need to find another stat to justify why he's still in Worcester when the major league team is floundering. Passan continued. Anthony has been so good and is so polished for a player who just turned 21 that the Red Sox, mired in mediocrity and without slugging third baseman Alex Bregman for an extended period, are potentially wasting an opportunity for Anthony to help turn their season around. That sort of thinking, Breslow said, looks past the prospect of lending too much credence to a handful of games and acting out of desperation to remedy ills that go well beyond what one player can do. So even as Anthony whacks home runs that leave the bat at 116 miles per hour at AAA, Boston is sticking with its development plan. No, they're not. No, they're not. Don't sell me this, Breslow. He's developed all he can at AAA. He's proven he can hit the washed-up bums in AAA. Jimmy, you were on with me. Well, I was on with you, the Jimmy Stewart program, this past weekend on 98.5 The Sports Hub. We had Mike Antonellis, the voice of the Worcester Red Sox, on. And what was the point that Mike made to us about pitching in AAA?
It's pretty much a taxi squad.
Yeah, that it sucks.
And blows.
And he's right. AAA pitching is a bunch of guys who can't hack it in the big leagues. AAA pitching is Zach Kelly, Robert Stock, anybody that you've seen fall flat on their face in the big league levels. Luis Guerrero the other night.
Hey. He had a good spring training.
I know that's your guy. Yeah, and then he gets into a real game and pulls that crap that he pulled Saturday.
Well, I blame the manager for that one. He shouldn't have come out for a second inning.
Well, I would agree with you on that. But those are the guys you face in AAA. What more does he have to prove? Nothing. But because the Red Sox are manipulating the service time, they're trying to justify the reason that he's down there. So that gets into the question, how long do they have to manipulate the service time for? Jimmy, do you want the date?
Well, so technically they could call him up tomorrow. They just have to send him back down before the 45th day that he's on the roster or the 130th plate appearance.
Yep. That's one thing. There's also the Super 2.
Oh, boy.
Which you need to consider. We all have to consider the Super 2.
Yeah, Super 2s.
With Roman Anthony. Allow me to attempt in the next 30 seconds to explain what the Super 2 is.
Oh, boy.
This is not going to go well. So, and I'm reading this from MLB.com. Players typically must accrue 3 years of Major League service time, with 1 year of service time equaling 172 days on the 26-man roster, to become eligible for salary arbitration. Super 2 is a designation that allows a select group of players to become eligible for arbitration before reaching 3 years of service time. To qualify for the Super 2 designation, players must rank in the, if you're writing this down, the top 22% in terms of service time among those who have amassed between 2 and 3 years in the majors. The specific cutoff date varies on a year-to-year basis. Jimmy, did you get all that? Can you translate that for everybody?
It costs them more money to call him up now.
Yes. Or they run the risk of it costing them more money if he gets called up now. So what the Red Sox are trying to do is they are trying to manipulate the number of days Anthony spends on the big league roster. Because if you call him up and if he spends enough time on the roster compared to his peers in the rookie class this year, if he finishes in the top 22% of playing time, essentially, for the sake of this discussion, he hits arbitration a year earlier, which means you need to pay him a year earlier. That's the translation. That's the rule. So the question is, what date do the Red Sox need to keep Roman Anthony in Worcester until, so they ensure that he does not become a Super 2? And the answer, Jimmy, is not at all obvious and very complicated and convoluted.
I bet it's like August 28th.
So these projections, these calculations happen in the off season. What they do is they look back at the past year and they determine what the Super 2 cutoff is. So the top 22% of players then get, to arbitration a year earlier. So the answer is you don't know when it's going to happen. So you're better off keeping him down there, because the longer you keep him down there, the less likely he ends up in the top 22% of playing time and players in his rookie class. But I will not take no for an answer, Jimmy. I asked AI, when is the Super 2 deadline? What is the cutoff date? And what AI gave me, the robot gave me, take it for what it's worth, June 18th.
Oh.
June 18th, 3 weeks from now. If the Red Sox call up Roman Anthony on June 19th, the calculations would suggest that that he would avoid being a Super 2, meaning he would essentially give the Red Sox an extra year of service time. They won't be alive in 3 weeks. They won't. Red Sox will be dead in 3 weeks if this thing keeps going. So that's the choice right here. Roman Anthony, yes, no? Or are we going to try and avoid him being a Super 2, and are we going to keep him in Worcester until June 19th? Sorry, they can't wait this long. I see on the phone lines. We'll take care of you quickly next.
The Baseball Hour with Tony Mazz.
Hey, it's Zoe, and you can design your dream outdoor space with TechoBlock.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, just a few minutes to go here on the Baseball Hour before we hand things off to Joe Murray. We've got the roundtable coming your way tomorrow night. I assume we'll have all three of us here. You never know. But the Red Sox are making our job easy, which is not good if you're a fan. Not good at all. How about John in the car? Hey, John, got to be quick.
I umpire baseball games, Little League to Men's League, all over the North Shore of Boston. Can somebody tell me what works on this team? I don't remember the last time I saw two guys standing on the same base. I watched the pro team do it yesterday. It's unbelievable to me. Nothing works. I got a degenerate gambler telling me how to hit a baseball for the pro team, and they don't hit it. The ball is never in play when the Red Sox are at bat. The team collectively needs a chicken wing crossface. Go get him, Jimmy.
All right. Thank you, John. And Matt in Pittsfield, real quick. Matt.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to bring up the thought about earlier in the segment. You had mentioned about kind of culture, not only across your veteran leadership, but also in the team itself and how well it's doing throughout the season. How much of an impact do you think that's really having on the front office decision? I mean, them right now trying to avoid having to pay him earlier and saying, oh, he's not hitting the curveball well in AAA right now.
It's all about the money, Matt, and I got to let you go on that. It's all about the money. They had no problem putting Christian Campbell into this culture. Didn't have an issue calling up Meyer, throwing him into this. Meyer's not going to win Rookie of the Year. He's probably not good enough to do that. Anthony, different story. It's all about the money. All right, Jimmy, thanks a lot for all the help tonight. Joe Murray's next. We'll see you tomorrow.
From the Tell Your Time Studios, WBC FM and HD1. It's not just the